sport fans, and welcome to the roller derby. This is Ken Nidell and Walt Harris from the trackside of the beautiful Cow Palace of San Francisco, California. Out here in the dark uniforms, the Chiefs in the white jerseys, the Braves, and the score 15-10 with the Chiefs out in front by 5 as we start this big second half of action. Now remember, in roller derby we have jammers and we have the pack. These 4 are jammers. Actually, when they have a striped helmet on, with this close-up picture you can see the striped helmets. These are offensive players. 3 are down. Gary Murray, number 22, out alone. That does not stop the jam. They keep moving. Murray is down. And Barbara Mateer, number 7 in the white jersey for the Braves, moves in. Now Mateer, we know, is a Brave because he's wearing a white uniform. She would get a point for every one of the dark-shirted Chiefs she could pass. She must do it in a minute and a half. She's 8 up a minute. He's got 30 seconds to go. Watch the block. Darlene Anderson, number 27, back to block out for the Chiefs in the dark uniform. If number 7 can pass number 27, she would score. If you know that, that's the way the roller derby goes. There she lies around the outside. About 5 seconds to go. Anderson's still working on her, even though she's been passed, trying to stop her from gaining more. And the official decision. 3 points for Barbara Mateer, number 7 in your picture. It's the crowd. There's the scoreboard, 15-13, and a real quick jam by a great pro like Mateer. There's number 8, Mary Appel in your picture, giving us the picture of her back. And Walt Harris, it doesn't take long for the action to change. Out here it was 15-10, and then bingo, Mateer comes through with a beauty for 3.
Well, we certainly have some fast action because we have great skaters on this track. We have 3 members of the All-Star team out there. Jerry Murray, 22, Jeannie Porter, 24 of the Chiefs, and Bobby Mateer of the Braves, all members of the All-Star squad. Pocahontas Chappelle in there, number 8 of the Braves, while not a member this past year, has been a member many times in the past. So action all the time with these top skaters in the roller derby league. Back to the action as the pack is formed once again, and here go the jammers.
All right, remember the pack is composed of 5 members of each team. The Braves in white, the Chiefs in the dark uniform. The striped players are the offensive players. They start from the back of the pack and try to swivel hip and work their way out of the front of the pack. Beautiful blocking by number 7 of Mateer, trying to take back number 27, the jammer, who's trying to get loose for the Chiefs. And she is getting loose now. A block by Appel, number 8, takes her back. You got to fight your way out. You don't quit this game. This is a game where you got to give it and you got to take it. The only sport where men and women are placed on an equal basis with an offense and a defense and body contact. You've heard me say that before. We repeat it because that's exactly what it is. The girls score aggregate with the men. This is a big half, and we've got it for you. Still trying to fight their way out. No jam has started as yet. That's how rough it is to get out of that pack. And I believe a penalty is being called for illegal use of the hands. George Beasley of the Braves, and a hard block in the pack as Murray went down with Soprino. 2 went down in the pack, and still no jam as the girls are getting rough out there. Who said anything about the weaker sex, Walt?
They might be weaker, but I wouldn't go out there for all the tea in China. Is that what they say?
That's right. All right, with 1 in the box now, the Braves have 1 player short, and they're playing with 4 against 5 for the Chiefs. Dean Porter, number 24, is up there. Number 27 is whipped around, and finally Anderson, who made a bid about a minute ago, is now out on a jam. A bad spill down on the back side. On the far side, Porter went down. And the play was stopped up in there, and the officials ruled. Now, there was no score on the play, and it was a lot of confusion because of the terrific roughness. Now, if Walt and I are going to try to guess, there's the coach down there, Derby, giving an argument, and Russ Mastrow also in there giving an argument to the 2 officials, as the 2 coaches, Derby facing you, and Mastrow hidden by number 29. And there's Hank Christner with his striped shirt, a good picture of an official with a whistle and all. Christner. Who can tell what goes on in a woman's mind? Boy, they look like everybody's going to slug each other.
Well, these officials have their problems with them at times, but roller derby is a fast, exciting game. We have 3 officials working the game, and they are moving around the infield all the time. They have to keep moving in order to see all the action and see what happens so they can give the correct decisions. I know I wouldn't like to be in their spot. It's hard enough to sit back and watch this game and tell what happens.
There was one advantage, however, from the Braves' standpoint, Walt, and that was the fact that a couple of, a big part of a minute at least was eaten up on Beasley's time while nothing actually happened. And that's a good break for the Braves. Maybe that's what they were trying to do, to stall to get Beasley and their team back in full strength. Number 27, Murray, wearing the dark helmet now, whips out on Downey. Now it's number 27. Remember, the striped helmets are the offensive players, the only one that can score. Yapel, wearing a plain white helmet, is not a jammer, but she's an offensive blocker. She'll try to take number 27 out of there. Now on a jam is Barbara Mateer, number 7. The gal just got free, moving out of the white shirt for the Braves. Look at that action. Beautiful play in there by Mateer, and a great block in there by Yapel. Anderson chasing hard now. Josephine Rapino trying to get out, but Yapel, number 8, takes her back. Our cameramen have got the action. There's Yapel taking back Rapino, and now we'll get back to the 2 jammers with about a quarter lap into the scoring zone. The big 18-lap to a mile track don't take long when you're the champions of the world, and that's what they are. Moving in the back now, watch it. Number 7 coming in on number 22, Jerry Murray. Murray, number 22, with the right shoulder. Keeps back number 7. Number 7 hit by number 27. And Anderson is trying to score in the dark uniform for the Chiefs, while number 7, Mateer, moves in the white shirt for the Braves. Murray ready to block again. Number 22, blocking back number 7. Launch number 3, Beasley, blocked back. Beasley finished out her penalty time now and blocking back Anderson. You'll notice neither jammer can pass the opposition. Terrific blocking. Great natural athletic ability being shown by this great demonstration of defensive play. Look at that blocking by Beasley, number 3 of the Braves. Slowing down number 27. 27 trying the outside, can't do it. The coach talking it up in the infield. Murray, number 22, talking and roughing up on number 7 with a right shoulder, then a left shoulder. Murray can go either way. Clock is showing about 3 or 4 seconds to go. Time very short. Nobody has got in it yet. And the official decision, no score on the play. And the referee has called a timeout. The score, the Chiefs 15 and the Braves 13. All right, the jam just started. Murray coming in now with her number 25, McGuire. Somebody fell. There is a couple of points. Yapel went down. Murray fell. Murray tells McGuire to cut it off. She placed her hands on her hips. There's the signal Murray gave to her other teammate. And there are 2 points for the Chiefs on a very fast one, on a beauty that time, as Murray got one and McGuire got one over the fallen skater, Yapel, number 8. And when they fall or knocked down on that track, that shows you why they're blocking out there. There's a good picture of McGuire, number 25, and number 22, Murray, the great Jerry Murray, 21 years of skating, hometown Des Moines, Iowa. What did she do before she became a roller derby skater? She was a top baseball player. All right, there's the score, 17-13. Back to Murray, back to number 25, McGuire. The tension out here is terrific in the Cow Palace in San Francisco. Walt Harris just had to be the official attendance tonight. 14,763 paid admissions. What a crowd and what a game. America's favorite family sport and America's favorite television sport. All right, jockeying pole positions now, trying to get that field together. 17-13 the score in the second half of the game. Murray, number 22, wearing a dark helmet with no stripes. That means she's a blocker. Now she's going to change helmets. We'll see what kind she puts on this time up in front of that pack. It's still a black one. Now that she's going to do the blocking and trying to get another player out. Sylvia Albert trying to get out. She's wearing the striped helmet for the Chiefs, one of the striped helmets. Along with her is Jean Porter, number 24, the great veteran from Buffalo, New York, the Indian girl. She's trying to get out for the Chiefs. And number 2 is wearing the striped helmet along with his here, number 7, for the Braves. All right, coming out hard. Jeannie Porter makes the break now for the Chiefs in the dark uniform. And Barbara Mateer, hard-working Barbara with that long hair blowing the breeze. And as Walt Harris says, man, you want to see a looker off the track, around the track, here is Barbara Mateer. All right, Porter up front. Picture so good you can see the kind of a medal or locket that Porter wears around her neck. You can see it jingle. There it is. Here's a spill. Porter has to cut it off. And the leading jam player gives us a chance, Walt, to explain that important rule of the leading jam player controlling the jam. There was a cutoff. If that cutoff hadn't taken place, there would have been a score over the fallen player. A nice fast cutoff that time saved a score.
That's certainly true, Ken. Mary Uppel in the pack had put a block on Judy McGuire of the Chiefs, dumped her on the track, so naturally she would have been passed by the jammer that belonged to the Braves for a point. But Jerry Murray, with the lead for the Chiefs, immediately called off the jam. Remember, only the leading jammer can call it off, and she called it before her fallen teammate was passed for a point. Incidentally, Jerry Murray, 1 year in the roller derby, had 45 pointers. That is quite a feat. 5 points 40 times in one roller derby season. So back to the action and Ken Nidell.
All right. And if you want to know how great that statistic Walt just threw at you is, that's like hitting a home run with the bases loaded. In baseball.
Times.
That's right. All right, number 24, Gene Porter breaks out on the offensive, wearing the striped helmet for the Braves, and coming on hard is Barry Appel, another great veteran. Appel, also an Indian gal, moving in with Joyce Beasley, her teammate, number 3. 2 in the striped helmets for the white-shirted Brave team. 1 in the lead, about a quarter lap out in front, Gene Porter, with that beautiful skating style. Look at this camera work, and look at the style on this girl. Gene Porter from Buffalo, New York. Smooth? I'll say she's smooth. Watch her. Porter comes in the back now. Mateer now in the blocking spot, wearing the white helmet. Mateer blocking back on Porter. Porter looking over his shoulder now, very cautious about the 2 jammers coming up from the opposition. Number 8 and number 3. Porter moves in and cuts it off on a beautiful play. And there again, Walt, is the difference between a veteran and just another player. There's the score, 18-13, as the men stand by for the next skating period. Porter was in a real situation there where it called for the type of player she is, a girl that's had tremendous experience. You take a novice out there, she might have not cut it off with all that confusion out there, but she cut it off, stopping any chance of the opposition scoring, moving that score up to 18-13. Here's a pretty part of the game, Waller.
This is the changeover where the men come onto the track. They have to be tagged by their skating partner on the women's squad before the next period gets underway, and that's just what's taking place now. It's a very dangerous maneuver. If a skater should fall in front of the skaters when there are 20 of them out there, well, injuries could happen. But let's get back to the action and Ken Nidell as the men take over.
All right, the gals did their job for that period. Now the men have it. 4 skating periods of 12 minutes to each half. We're in the second half of the game, so we've got another girls' skating period after this and another men's. But let's watch the men now. Look at them rock and sock on that banked oval. You got to be tough. You got to be rough. You got to be in shape. I don't think there's a better conditioned athlete than the roller derby skater. And out on the offensive with a striped helmet and the dark uniform, Buddy Atkinson Jr., number 24, and number 10 moving out for the Braves. And it's Pancho Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a little guy. Look at the difference in size. 24, a great big guy. The son of one of the great players of all time, Buddy Atkinson Sr., and look at little Rodriguez. But that doesn't mean a thing. I think in this sport, it's one sport where a little guy has just as good a chance as a big guy. And the old saying, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, certainly proves it in roller derby.
That's very true, Ken, but talking about how big Buddy Atkinson Jr. is, how about his dad? Now, he's a little man and was a great star.
That's right. Buddy Atkinson Jr. was a great star. And, or rather, Buddy Atkinson Sr. and Buddy Atkinson Jr. is right in the footsteps. All right, little Mike Gammon, number 25, breaks out on the jam. And number 2 is plowing hard after him, moving up in there. Gene Kukowski moving up after Mike Gammon, but the fellow to watch is number 24 up front. He's moving up. Buddy Atkinson knocks down number 10. Buddy Atkinson Jr. coming in. Big Gene Gammon waiting back to block out number 3. Red Smart doing a nice job on Buddy Atkinson Jr. Here comes Mike Gammon trying to score. Crowd is tense. Clock shows about 15 seconds to go. Mike Gammon trying to sidestep on the inside. A beautiful save in there by Smart as he just used his hip to stop that one. And the jam is called off. And the official decision on a very close play. 1 point for the Braves on that play, and that tightens it up 18-14. A point was gained in there by Rodriguez on a real cutie as they were bunched up. There's the little guy, Rodriguez, number 10. I know, Walt, you remember another great skater with an Atkinson name, a fellow by the name of Tommy.
Yes, it was my pleasure to know Tommy. He was at one time the great coach of the Bombers and a former great skater. Unfortunately, he passed away in an accident a little over a year ago. He was the uncle of Buddy Atkinson Jr. out on the track now. They're not the only families taking part in roller derby. I'll give you more information on that a little later, but action is underway, so let's get with it.
What a tremendous spill, and we had it. Porky Parker, number 23, was laid low with a tremendous smash block in there by Smart. Now up there, Big Gene Gammon showing why for 18 years on the track, you've got to have polish. And boy, is he polished out there tonight. What a job this number 22 is doing, holding back the Braves in white. Beautiful blocking by Gavin wearing the solid helmet. He's a blocker, and he's proving it. Look at him go to the left. Now he's taken high, but it took 3 to move him. All right, little Rodriguez out again on the offensive. Just got one and out again for the Braves. Julian Silva's out there in a striped helmet. Silva, last year's quarter-mile champion of the bank track. And now Big Gene Gammon still working hard. Is up there and trying to stop these jammers. He cannot score. Remember, he's wearing a solid helmet. But boy, can he slow them down and stop them from scoring. Look at that boy work. Take nothing away from Rodriguez or Silva. They've got a real champion ahead of them. Gammon blocking beautifully in there. Another block with the right shoulder. Now to the left. Look at him go either way. He's got those elbow pads on. He's been knocked down plenty of times, but he can take it. Now Smart is doing a great job. Another great pro. Back there blocking. Working hard in there now as Gammon still keeping the crew back there. Game by the Brave Silva. Listen to the crowd. 18-15 the score. And if you ever seen a 3-on-1, there was 3 players on one, and Gavin finally had a give. There was nothing you could do about it.
There's quite a protest on the last play, Ken. Derby, the infield coach of the Braves, was on the spot with another official, and they saw the actual happening in that play. Gene Gammon, 22, was passed, but remember, he had gone out of the pack and gone out with the jammer, so he had not been lapped, so no point was awarded on that play. The officials reversed their decision.
Oh, well, fine. The officials reversed the decision. They're the guys that call it. We saw it, they called it, and they took it back.
Well, one of the officials forgot that Gene Gammon had also moved out on that play as a blocker, so he had not been lapped, so they did not get credit for a point when they passed him.
All right, up there and moving around. Little Mike, look at that breakaway. Smack out of there like a football team off the line of scrimmage. A beautiful play. Look at this. George Copeland moves, number 4. Buddy Atkinson Jr., number 24, chasing. Look at his speed. Big Parker, 250 pounds, number 23 of the Chiefs. Look at that crowd. There's the boy that did it. George Copeland got one on that one. And the score now is right, 18-15, with the Chiefs out in front of the Braves. The referee has called a timeout. The score again, the Chiefs 18, the Braves 15. Set to go now in the front of that pack. Big Parker, number 23, in the dark uniform. Those are the Chiefs in the white. The Braves will drop it. Bobo, number 7, being hit in there, and he gives it back. He weighs about 100 pounds less than Parker, but it don't make any difference. He's got a lot to give, and he's given it. Now number 25, Iron Mike. Big shot from the Chiefs. big partner, number 23, slows him down. Number 7 up there, Bobo, is also in there. Ray Novak is number 5. He's being taken back. Now the guy to watch, number 25, coming around, but here's where the action is right now. We'll get to the jammer in just a moment. This is where that action is. Looking how to trying to set up a play to get that jammer in there. Julian Silva makes a break out with a striped helmet for the Braves, but boy, is he behind. Little Mike coming in. There's Mike knocking on the door. He'd get a point for everyone in white he would pass. Passing his own teammates in the dark uniform means nothing, but he's got to pass those in white. And number 4, Lukowski, back there to block out. He's slowing him down with a nice block. Or correction, that's Georgie Copeland, number 4. Copeland blocking back. They're running. Watch this action. A tremendous play. And split-second thinking by little Mike Gammon, like in a jack-in-the-box. After being knocked down, he sprang to his skates and had just a split second to cut it off before Silva moved in. That was a beauty, Walt.
Certainly was, and a wonderful exhibition of skating by George Copeland, who had scored in the previous play. Then on this play was in the key blocking role. We mentioned some of the families in roller derby, the Atkinson family. We have a family out here of Gammons. Jean Gammon is married to Jerry Murray. Jerry Murray is the mother of little Mike Gammon. Also on the track, number 3, Red Smart, the coach of the Braves, is married to Joyce Beasley, number 3, on the women's squad of the Braves. So there are quite a few families, husband and wife teams, in the roller derby league. I don't know if it's indicative of anything or not, Ken, but most of the husband and wife teams in the roller derby league, it's always outstanding skaters. Red Smart, Joyce Beasley, outstanding. Gene Gammon and Jerry Murray.
Yeah, and you know something else? Outstanding loot. All right, up there. This is a professional sport. They play for big dough, and they're out there with everything they've got. Up there in front now, Julian Silva, number 6. Number 4, Georgie Copeland, has got that striped helmet on. The crowd love him. Here we go. Georgie spread his wings and took off. And did this guy bust out. Big Gammon chasing. 2-minute penalty on Porky Parker of the Chiefs. And a tough break for the Chiefs. He's a big guy to take out of there. Big Gammon, not wearing a jammer's helmet, but wearing a blocker's helmet, is out only for one purpose, to stop this bull you're looking at. Number 4, try to stop him up. He's moving in there now. Gammon moving after 4, but number 4, Copeland, in white for the Braves, could get a point for everyone in the dark uniform he can pass. He's moving in now. Red Smart with a right hand whip around the outside. Copeland got it. Scoreboard 18 and 18. And if it shivers up your back, that's exactly what it did to me. How about you, Walt?
Well, George Copeland certainly deserves the rest that he's going to get right now. He's been doing a tremendous job here for the Braves, especially in tying it up now. 18 to 18, the Braves and the Chiefs. The Chiefs in the dark jerseys, the Braves in the light jerseys. Quickly, once while the pack is being formed, if you're new to roller derby, your jammers in the striped helmets must start at the rear of the pack. They are the offensive skaters, the only ones that can score points. Now, their job is to work their way through that pack with the aid of their blockers. Once a jammer is out at the front of that pack, 90 seconds starts to tick off. The jammer then has 90 seconds in which to circle that track, and then for each member of the opposition that jammer passes, he chalks up a point. That's the way you score in roller derby. Mike Gammon is out of the pack now. 90 seconds will start to tick off. There's Ken Neidell.
All right, little Mike Gammon, number 25 on the jam for the dark shirt of the Chiefs. Out there with him, Rodriguez, number 10 in the white shirt for the Braves. The score, knotted up 10 and 10. Time left, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30 seconds to go in the skating period. The girls are up off the bench. They'll be up next, but let's watch this one. Beautiful block by Rodriguez. Rodriguez cut it off. A signal from his coach out there, Russ Batrow. And there must have been a reason. These coaches are right on the ball.
I don't know his reason, but I got a bang on Russ Batrow on that play. He signaled on the lap before for Rodriguez to call it off, but he didn't. This time around, it looked like Rodriguez was going to ignore him again, and Mastro threw his arms up in the air in desperation, but Rodriguez finally called off the jam at his coach's behest. Russ Mastro is the infield coach here for the Braves, and he's an all-time roller derby great. Out of action, broke his ankle several months ago. It's still not in good enough shape for him to get back on the track, but when he is out there, he's the great one, and he's a good man to have in the infield to keep his team on their toes. Well, Ken, let's get back to the action as we have the changeover coming up.
Well, Walt, I'd like to discuss something with you. On that last period, we saw how strongly that Coach Derby used little Mike Gammon. Now, you talk about everybody being in shape out here. They've got to be. It's a terrific strain. They skate miles and miles and miles a night. But did you notice how many jams little Mike was on? This guy must be just in tremendous shape.
Well, Ken, I've always said, and I'll say it again without fear of any contradiction, I firmly believe roller derby athletes are the finest conditioned athletes in the world today. If anyone was to watch them in training, boy, they'd understand it in a second. When they get in training during the day, they train every day. They'll form a long line and go around that track for a solid hour at top speed. And, man, that is work.
All right. And now the girls take over. The score, 18-18. The place, the Cow Palace in San Francisco. And the crowd, 14,700 and some odd people. A tremendous crowd and a tremendous game. All right, Porter wears a striped helmet. She's up there for the Chiefs. Remember, if you just tuned in, the Chiefs are wearing the dark uniform. The Braves in white. There's Matera knocked down. A great block by Murray. Beautiful coverage that time as Murray knocked down the two Brave players, and our cameraman had a dead eye. Now here's the gal to watch. Murray, number 22, is the gal with the solid helmet. Did that beautiful job. There's Matera, hair blowing in the breeze. Knocked back with a great block by Murray. The double block is formed with Beasley, number 3, back there, along with her teammate, number 6, and it's Sharon Stevens. The only one that can score so far on this jam is with the striped helmet, number 24. She get a point for everyone in white she could pass. Watch it. Right through. Porter's got points. We won't tell you how many until the official puts his fingers up. We don't call them. We just view it and report it. Porter trying to get in there now. Beasley is blocking back on number 24. About 15 seconds to go. Murray again in there. She got her out. Now Murray is back there trying to help her in for more points. Beasley doing a nice job. Joyce Beasley, number 3 in white, slowing down number 24 with about 5 seconds to go. And the official decision, a beautiful two-pointer by Porter. We thought it was 2 because she passed 2. But because of the possibility of an infraction of rules, we don't say anything until the referee calls it. Well, there's some of the fans. There's the score, 20-18, breaking the tie. And we had a quick shot of Jean Porter. She got up to the rail over on the left. There she is, Jeannie Porter. Incidentally, Porter is a very nice-looking girl, Walt.
Yeah, she's an Indian girl. Very lovely. Sometimes you see them out here skating, and they're perspiring, and it's hard work. You have a hard time telling for sure, but if you have the pleasure of seeing these girls dressed up, well, there's some nice-looking dolls out there, Ken.
So.
Actually, some of these girls have worked as models in their spare time.
All right, there's that pack. Notice Murray, number 22, getting set to go left or right. She's got a blocker's helmet on. The Jammers are in the back end of the pack. Sharon Stevens, number 6, back there. Judy McGuire is back there, and Ruffino trying to get out for the dark-shirted Chief team. But Mateer, number 7, wearing a plain helmet, is up to the block now. Barbara O'Leary, number 29, is on the jam for the dark-shirted Chiefs. Up front now, number 6, Sharon Stevens out there for the Braves. One member of each team on the jam. This is the last girls' skating period. One more after this one, the big blue chip period when the men will take over. But these gals have just as much to do with the game as the men. Their points are aggregate. All right, now Stevens, number 6, would get a point for everyone in the dark uniform. She would pass. She moves in. Murray, number 22, is the gal. She's got to try to pass first. Beasley, number 3, back in the blocking spot for the Braves. She'll try to take care of Albert. Sylvia Albert when she moves in. Albert wears glasses. They're unbreakable. Albert trying to get in on number 3. Beasley does a nice bit of blocking. Murray, number 22, with the red gloves, blocking back nicely on Sharon Stevens. Stevens takes one on the chin that time. A clean block. Nothing illegal. You can block from the elbow up. Murray watching again over her shoulder. About 20 seconds to go. Stevens, number 6, trying to get in. Still can't. Number 3, back there doing a nice job of blocking for the Braves. And it's Beasley slowing down on Albert. Albert in there, and Stevens again is shaken up with a hard block by Murray. Time is very short, about 2 seconds. And there's no score in the play. Again, the defense stood out. The Jammers failed to score on that one.
I'd like to mention something about the time. If you're new to roller derby, we talk about 12-minute periods. There are 4 periods in each half, each period of 12 minutes duration. Jamming time is 90 seconds. That's sort of time within time. In other words, your 12 minutes continues to tick off. The clock is only stopped for timeouts or for the changeover when it's the women to the men or the men to the women on the track. The 90 seconds only counts when a jammer is out of that pack. 90 seconds has no effect on your 12-minute period. Jerry Murray, 22, putting on the jammer's helmet again, so she will be moving out on this play. For 15 years, she has been either first and not lower than 5 in scoring in the National Roller Derby League. This gal can really play this game. She's been skating for many, many years. She has under her belt in the Roller Derby League a total of, let's see, how many seasons she's played in 21 years. That's quite a career in the Roller Derby League, and she's still piling up records.
And, Walt, I'll give you one more statistic to add to that nice coverage you gave. She has never had a serious injury.
That's amazing, because usually serious injuries happen to the outstanding skaters. But there's Jeannie Porter out of action in that penalty box.
All right, Porter got a penalty. The jam is on. Murray wearing the striped helmet. Murray has been instrumental in helping her team get points by blocking. Now we're going to see Murray on the offensive. Out there with a little Judy McGuire, number 22, wearing the dark uniform. She's out there for the Chiefs also. Now Joyce Beasley, number 3, who is blocking, is on the jam for the Braves, along with hard-working Barbara Mateer, number 7, with the long hair. All right, 2 of each team moving in. A bad spill. Murray over the top. McGuire over the top. Murray. We're waiting to see whether it's a cutoff or not here now. And it is. Now we'll see what the ruling is, because Murray was half down, and now Derby is arguing there. And we'll see what the officials rule.
Murray actually was passed before she called it off, but the officials do have the privilege of calling it off if there's a bad fall on the track in order to prevent injuries.
1 for McGuire and 1 for Murray over the fallen player, and that's the way they rule it. And it's 22-18, and we hear a little bit of a sigh out here, Walt, because, of course, we're on the West Coast, and it's a little bit of a partial crowd for the Braves.
Well, this is the kind of game that lends to partiality, too, because it's fast, rugged, excitement all the time, and the fans are continually keyed up. They enjoy every second of this game, and their emotions let loose once in a while, even though they do enjoy the good skating on both teams. But as you said, they naturally are partial to the home club, in this case, the Braves in the light jerseys.
I would judge that there are, Walt, probably well over 1,500 fan clubs in the United States for the various players in Roller Derby League competition.
No question about that. I get mail all the time announcing new fan clubs, or for youngsters asking for the right to start fan clubs for the different roller derby stars. There are some great stars in this game tonight. Jerry Murray, 22, Joyce Beasley, number 3, the Braves, Pocahontas Chappelle. Oh, they're all great stars. You have to be to take part in a roller derby game.
All right, the jam is on. Sharon Stevens busts out of the front of the pack with good help from her teammates. Wearing the white shirt, she's the Brave. She really drives out. There's Mateer, number 7, wearing the solid helmet. This time she's a blocker in the front of the pack. A penalty called on Darlene Anderson, number 27, of the Chiefs. And now the Chiefs are shorthanded. 1 player in the box for 2 minutes. Sharon Stevens moving in. Sylvia Elbert coming on the jam for the Chiefs, but she's way behind. There's Elbert making her break, but here's where the action is, and we've got it for you. Number 6, Sharon Stevens moves in. Number 22, Murray. Old Faithful back there to block out. Murray blocking back beautifully. There's another great pro. Number 8, Yapel. She can't score, but she's trying to help her teammate. And remember, only those with the striped helmet can score. But number 8 can offensively block and assist. She's trying to assist number 6 in. Elbert is now around. Boy, did she come around that track. And the official decision, 2 points by Sharon Stevens of the Braves on a great assist from Mary Appel, number 8, along with Beasley. And the referees called a timeout to score. The Chiefs 22 and the Braves 20. right, jockeying pole position now. Trying to get that field together. Individuality on a bank track with all the ability in the world. Not one skater skates the track exactly the same. But they all have come up through the training schools throughout the United States. That's why wherever you are, if you have an idea that you could become a roller derby skater, you certainly have an opportunity, because these youngsters come from every part of the USA. These special training schools are now being started in Canada. For full information on how to get into a training school, write to Roller Derby News, 125 West 14th Street in New York City, Roller Derby headquarters. All right, number 22, Murray, moves out on this one. Jerry Murray on the offensive now with a striped helmet for the dark-shirted chief team. Up there with the number 8, Mary Appel, along with Barbara Batir, number 7. And if you lock up these three, Walt, you've got as much talent as you can see in any sport right here. These are 3 pop stars.
And there's action, too, with them. Jerry Murray out there with the blocks.
Murray trying to cut it off. She's on number 2 to 1, and she gets in the lead. Place her hands on her hips. She can cut it off. He might try to knock one or the other down or both. Those are the alternatives in roller derby. Murray is hit now. Now Yappel comes in while number 7, Batir, tries to keep Murray back. Number 8 moving in. There's a block. A beautiful block by Beasley. 1 point for Yappel. Murray trying to get in. Murray goes in over Beasley. And it looks one each way. It is 1 point game by Yappel of the Braves. She dropped back trying to help her teammate Beasley in. There's Beasley, number 3. She couldn't help her in, but Murray slid through for 1. So there's the scoreboard, 23-21. 1 even Steven on that one. And there's a minute or about 58 seconds to go, I should say, in the skating period with the men coming up. Good picture of Murray.
Oh, she's a great one. Well, I might mention another husband and wife team out here in this game, although he's not skating. Russ Masco, we talked about just a little while ago. He's married to Mary Appel, number 8, who was out moving on the jam on that last play. Well, the pack is being formed once again. 38 seconds to go in this period. There is time enough to score, but Jammer could get out of there in a hurry, because there's always the possibility that a good block in the middle of the pack would deck someone, and that Jammer could get around and pass that skater for a point. Action all the time, right down to the last second in a roller derby game.
All right, jockeying pole positions now. It's a matter of beating the clock. I doubt if a player can get around there in 13 seconds, but they'll try. It has been done. Notice how those players with the striped helmets trying to get out. Here, number 7 trying to get out. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. The period is over, and the girls have finished their part of this game with the score 23-21. The Chiefs on in front of the Braves. Now the men take over for the big blue chip period. And Walt, who do you see out there in the starting lineups as the coaches choose their starting lineups for this last and big period? Who are some of the stars you see out there?
Well, they're going to send their big guns out. The Chiefs will have Mike Gammon, Buddy Atkinson Jr. on the first jam in this period, while the Braves will be going with Ray Novak and Gene Kutlowski. The Chiefs, incidentally, will be 1 member short, because just as that period ended, Darlene Anderson got a 2-minute penalty for an illegal block. Now, penalties carry over from one period to the next, which means a member of the men's squad will have to sit out this penalty, and that's just what's happening now with big James Parker in the penalty box. But back to the action as Mike Gammon gets out of there on this first jam in the period.
All right, Little Iron Mike on a jam again. We commented before about how many jams he was on the last period. Here's a guy with plenty of what it takes. He only weighs about 125 pounds, but he doesn't give away anything to anybody. He don't care how big they are. Look at him go. And here comes another great little guy, number 5, Novak, moving out for the white-shirted Brave team. Novak's got about a half a lap to catch up. Gene Kutlowski, number 2, also on the jam in white. But little Mike is at the back, and back there, another great pro. You never can say too much about Red Smart. There's a guy that's got a great career, had a great career, and still has a great career. He's moved by Big Gammon, a beautiful block. When you can move Red Smart, you've moved somebody. Big Gene Gammon. He certainly did a job there as little Mike scored. And there is a case, Walt, where the blocker did the job. 24-21.
That's right, and like most games, you have a tendency to overlook the blocking. But big Gene Gammon, 22, is the one to set up that score for little Mike Gammon. Penalty time is up, and big Jim Parker Porky Parker, the biggest man in the roller derby, 23, will return to the track in a blocking role for the Chiefs. And there he is up there at the head of the pack, 23. Right in front of him, Bill Bobo of the Braves. But action continues, 10 minutes to go in this game.
All right, jockeying for positions. One man has to get back in there yet. Julian Silva, number 6, one of the speed merchants of the Brave team. He's getting in there, number 23. The big guy, Parker, finished out the penalty time on Anderson from the last skating period. Remember, the girls and fellows are playing under the same rules. Parker had to finish out the time by his teammate, Darlene Anderson, but now he's back in there, both teams at full strength. And number 28 breaks out for the Chiefs. Ronnie Kluklowski. This is the brother of the boy on the other team. Ronnie Kluklowski, number 28 on the move. And number 5 on this one, Ray Novak, moving out for the white-shirted Braves. One member of each team on the jam. And again, here comes Little Mike. Well, that pack is busting with action. Terrific blocking in that pack. Red Smart back there on the defense. He'll try to take care of Kluklowski. Ronnie Kluklowski, the big guy, trying to get... Ooh, he's straightened up with a beauty by number 3. Now number 5. Trying to come in now for the Braves. He's moving in at Big Gene Gammon, led by number 4. Copeland boxed Gammon up. And Novak has got in there for one on a terrific block. Copeland laid one into Gammon, as hard a block as I've seen Gammon take tonight in this game, and it was a beauty. And there was no chance of Gammon gaining his balance after that block to stop that score. 24-22 the score now, Chiefs by 2.
Talk about rugged blocking, Ken. There's a lot of beef out there, just like a football team. John Parker, who is an ex-football player from Oklahoma, weighing 250 pounds. Big Gene Gammon, 22 of the Chiefs, around 215, about 6'1". Big C. Satfield, who goes around 6'1", weighs about 195 pounds. That's a lot of beef, and that makes some real good blocking for this Chief outfit. Although the Braves, they have some beef out there, too. Red Smart is a solid 210-pounder at 6'2". But there's action at the head of the pack.
And look at this blocking with Parker and Copeland on each other. All right, Ray Novak makes the break with the straight helmet for the Braves. Moving very, very hard on this one now. And Julian Silva out there for the Braves. And Big Gene Gammon, he's given us all tonight out there, believe me. Big Gene, never been used as a jammer tonight, is out on this one and coming up trying to stop these jammers. Beautiful block. Gammon slid off it. Now number 6 moves in the back. Silva coming in the back. Silva in on Parker. For the Braves, there's the score. The Chiefs 24, the Braves 24, and the referee has called a timeout. Again, the score: Braves 24, Chiefs 24. All right, up on the track now. Timeout is over. Anybody's game. The clock shows 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go. And as soon as that pack is together, that means the 5 members of each team have an equal chance. Then the jam can start. Already, the striped helmets are in the back of the pack. Copeland's wearing one. Number 2 is wearing one for the Braves. And number 24 is back there, Buddy Atkinson Jr. And number 7, Bobo, roughed up. Big Parker, number 23, was shaken up on that one and passed to the points. Is roughed up in there by Bobo. Red Smart after him, number 3. Look at that blocking. And Parker right back at him. And then he's on his feet. You give it, and I'll take it, and then I'll give it to you, and that's the way it is. You can't lose your head out here. You can't blow your top. Copeland. Copeland comes winging out of that pack. And Buddy Atkinson, Jr., number 24 in the dark uniform, hiking after him now. Copeland with his smooth style. Buddy Atkinson with his great power. Look at the leg action on this Copeland. Look at as he blow. The lower you get, the less wind resistance. Buddy Atkinson Jr. is caught in now, but he's a big guy, so is Copeland. Here's a battle between two great players. Let's watch it. Two offensive players. Now Copeland right behind him. Neither one has made a bid for a score yet. Now they're coming into the scoring zone in the back of the pack. Copeland hit them with a shoulder block. Big Gene Gammon, number 22. He's going to take the responsibility. He's going to try to stop Copeland. If Copeland can pass number 22, he'll score in the dark uniform. But he's concerned about Buddy Atkinson, number 24, behind him. Gammon, number 22, ready to block back number 4. Copeland watching over his shoulder and still trying to score, trying to beat the clock. And there's 20 seconds to go. Now Atkinson's got down the play. Got one, and he puts up. That's it off. There it is, 25-24. I don't know if you can hear me. This great crowd of over 14,000 people at the Cow Palace in San Francisco is wild with excitement. And wherever you are, I know you are too. And here's a great guy coming off the track, Coach Rossero, talking to him. That was Copeland. And now as they get ready to go, how about that one, Walter?
Ken, George Copeland, number 4, doesn't only have a great sense of balance, he has a great sense of humor. He got up off the track that time, waited for Atkinson to get up, and then called off the jam. I mean, how a man can have that sense of humor in a tense game like this, I'll never understand, but George certainly has it.
Oh, dancing! Oh, a beautiful drive by little Mike, but he didn't make it out. Now Gene Kukowski, brother to Ron Kukowski and the other team is out of the jam, and Big Gammon is trying again. Big Gammon trying again. Man, what a game this guy has put out for the Chiefs tonight. Good blocking by Bobo. Then he's hit by number 29. Then Bobo's hit again. Then Ronnie Kukowski, number 28, comes out. Duke Kukowski's on a jam. Along with Big Gammon, he's got a potential score, but he's out to try to stop number 2 with that 1-point lead and the clock ticking away. 3 minutes and 14, 3 minutes and 12. That's what's left. Here they come with the crowd. On that one, and there's Big Gene Gammon, and look at him. He just gave everything he had. He's leaning over the rail on this side. There's Copeland, number 4. There's the boy that scored at number 2, Kukowski, and there's that scoreboard, 26-24, 2 points between the teams now with the Braves out in front by 2. And now we see Coach Norm Derby just up there looking up at Gammon and saying, come on, Gene, get them together. We haven't lost this one yet. And with the clock showing 2 minutes and 15 seconds, you can bet that nobody is out of this one yet. All right, trying to get that field together now. The tension mounts. You got to beat that clock. You got to beat that time left in the period. This is the blue chip period. They've skated hard. Both teams have given everything they have. And they fought right now to a 26-24 score with the Braves only by 2. That got bust wide open. Can the Braves hold it, or will the Chiefs bounce back? Well, we've got the picture for you. Watch it now. The strike players in the back trying to get out. The blockers in the front maneuvering. Tired, they're plenty tired, but they'll keep driving. Look at that beautiful blocking. There's Gammon. He caught his second win. He's up in front, blocking in the front there on number 6, Bobo. Little Mike, little Mike, little Mike. Here we go. All right, little Mike Gammon on a beautiful breakout. He's moving hard now. All right, now, here's that chance. Here's a chance for the Chiefs to bounce back. He can do it if he gets the proper offensive blocking, but he's got a tough guy in Red Smart to get by. Smart number 3. is back there. Little number 25 in the dark uniform has got to get his points passing those in white. He hasn't passed anybody. He's hit with a block. Under the block. Watch it. Big Gamma number 22 trying to help number 25 in. Another block. Another block. Still hasn't done it. Look at this smart block. Look at that boy number 25 give his all. He tries again, and he tries again, and he's slowed down. Smart again with a block. Still trying to move in there. Copeland's coming all the way around. Copeland's coming around. It's the crowd. Copeland's coming around. And if you think I'm not excited, just look at this crowd. Look at this crowd. Look at these players fighting for the flag. The final score, 30-24, as Copeland came all the way around and got 4 points on that play. And the final score, 30-24, with the Braves winning over the Chiefs. And I don't know if you've been here, Walt and I, but boy, oh boy, I've had it, Walter. Take it.
Thanks a lot, Ken. Well, that about wraps it up from the Cow Palace of San Francisco. Over 14,000 cheering fans here saw the Braves beat the Chiefs by the score of 30-24 in another exciting game. This is Walt Harris speaking for Ken Idell, saying we'll see you at your next roller derby game.